Back to the 115 webcast presentation here in Shine's Room. We're going to go over a couple things here as we look as the markets further pull down. Again, not a technical surprise to any of us here as we do break down these charts, and we painted the picture for you guys of the perfect storm scenario. You have to remember these perfect storm scenarios that break the market up and then try to pull them down always just come to such crucial levels that if you're able to see these things coming a mile away, and again, if you remember this was from June 20th, which we made this, and we said we're looking for a retracement back within the rising wedge. We were looking for the pull down at that point in the market, and look what has happened since then. You had that beautiful pull down here in the market, dragging us lower, and you know what the perfect storm was, ladies and gentlemen? It was the break of the rising wedge resistance level, which squeezed out so many technical shorts who have those tight stops, only to watch it creep up above. All the bulls are loading in. Oh my God, this is going to be the move. But if they were to just sit there and draw this technical rising wedge right there, they would see this thing coming a mile away. And look, all I am saying that congratulations for those who tried to step up to the plate, take a change in the direction, and learn technical analysis, because if you're able to draw these rising wedges and you're able to draw these channels, it is going to take your game to the next level. Look at the triple Qs right now standing at the upper end of a resistance level of the descending channel. The bulls are getting squeezed. There was a comment earlier that, somebody said that we could see Dow 300 today. It is possible, and it isn't within the realm of cards. And I'm not saying it will or won't happen, but be prepared for it. Look at the size of the bear flagpole on June 21st. You see the distant range right there of the triple Qs, $1.69 range you got right there. And look at the range today. If the Qs were to head lower in a $1.69 range, again, that would represent a move to $61.17. So, Q's got as low as 61.95. I don't know what's going to happen throughout the rest of the day. Are we going to try to psych out those late bears that came in and try to push it up towards descending channel resistance, which will today, let's use 62.49. Let's make numbers simple. Let's say 62.50 just for numbers sake right here. And if we do creep up back towards those levels on the triple Qs, you can just really expect some form of heavy resistance there to open up shorts. A lot of the plays that are working right now, we were talking about WPRT, and you guys saw an interesting long trigger today. Interdigital, not WPRT, that was last week. Interdigital, India Derek Charlie Charlie. I was talking about a long through 26.21, and the reason for that long was the following, and I'm just going to go through what we were talking about on Friday. I'm not going years back into the future, and this was the look right here on Interdigital. It's digesting beautifully. We talked about this chart. We talked about, and there's the time right there too of the chart, because I want you guys, well, let's just be honest. Brooklyn Trader agreed to hang it up on his bathroom wall if this play works. So, I'm doing it strictly for that. But, that on long top with some option calls to take some good risk reward here. You see the volume dying out, and this is your chart of IDCC today. Take a look at that now. Beautiful push up here, trying to break through that overhead falling wedge resistance. And the reason for the call at 26.21 today, again, we were looking for that move down to the falling wedge support. So that was the reason for the long trigger, not to buy it through the resistance level, which you can, but to really, because we broke this down so well, to give you practically the lows of the day in the stock, to scoop it up there on the bottom where anybody today wished they could be long from, and I attacked it via the calls. Now you're getting a breakthrough, 27.08. I don't have to tell you guys that I am excited here. I don't know if we're going to pull down and get right back within this wedge and this thing's going to fail. I have the options play, but optimistically speaking, from this point forward, this stock closes above 26.78 today. I don't even care if it retraces. It pulls below $26.78 today, and that's where you look for potential to move back within the falling wedge. So from right here over at daily resistance, $27.26, we break this number, we get a bullish engulfing candle on the daily because we broke Friday's low, and if we push through 27.26, you break Friday's high. And a bullish engulfing candle, in my technical, humble opinion and career, think that that is one of the most bullish candle formations you can find. The stock came down, hit support beautifully, bounced right up and took off, and I hope you guys are enjoying this one, crushing this thing alongside with me. I am looking for a further move, obviously. You can take off some, if you want. Me personally, I'm waiting for a little more to pan out. This is just one of those flag formations that just is setting up perfectly, and again, April bringing this one to my attention yet again. So let's take a look at some of these charts real quick. Takes a bit to load. We're going to talk about Ameren today, and again, April really all over this name alongside with the community here. And what we did see was we saw that beautiful falling wedge, that beautiful bullish falling wedge, followed by the volume confirmation. Look where the volume tapered off on the wedge. When volume tapers, it is very important that your eyes set yourself up and say, volume is tapering. Is there a wedge? Is there a wedge? That should be the first question you're asking yourself when volume does indeed taper off. Did my webcam go blurry? My screen looks blurry. Afraid I'm going to blue screen. Yes. Let me try to restart that. Is that better? I have no idea what happened there. But nonetheless, moving on along to some of these other stocks that we are watching. Ameren again, beautiful call on the breakout right there. We were noticing Dan S. Reminding me of this call right here. I'm sure he killed it. WPI, very nice heads up. We were noticing the bear flag earlier on, and most traders would look at that 5-minute chart and they would say that's a bull flag formation, but we here are more technically savvy than that. We did see the bear flag formation forming. You could see the bull flag's volume broken by the elevation right there, and that gave further credence to the setup of a bear flag pattern, and it had the obviously and more often than not beautiful resolution to the downside. So very nice job over there. We're going to take a look at one more right here. The tapering of volume in the wedge, we'll get right back to that, considering I don't blue screen between now and then. But let's take a look right here. We're going to take a look at, again, Interdigital. We were looking at the volume tapering off. A taper off in volume, guest, is when you see the volume bars going down progressively, like almost walking down an escalator, and just you see it just getting down, 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 and you see it flattening out. And what we look for is when that volume flattens out to eventually explode with the follow-through. And given the fact that this is off of a technical bull flag formation right here, we were looking for that potential bounce, and that's exactly what we're getting here in Interdigital today. So just real quickly, as I just want to wrap this up real quick, major events to watch on your radar here today. Obama healthcare vote in Congress. Watch the healthcare stocks as they should gain volatility with the release of this move. Don't forget about Europe. George Soros, he does want to see Spain and Italy get bailed out. Egyptian president Morsi says he wants to be the president for all Egyptians. Watch the ETF, Edward, Gary, Peter, Tango. And of course, follow through with the spiders and the Qs and just see how this bar closes today. Because if we close near the lows, we're going to obviously have that bear flag pattern, and we might actually get a bounce tomorrow. So we're going to watch the Qs. We're going to watch the spiders. These are the events that I have on my radar right now. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Happy trading, make money, and I'll see you on the live trade.